You cannot imagine them situated on a federating, federating, federating.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all those who do not feel represented by an oppressive gender binary, hello and welcome. I am the Eternal September, you're whoever the hell you say you are, and I love that for you. We are going to be playing some more Fool's Errand tonight, because I apparently still absolutely love this game. I thought it wouldn't let me down, and by golly and gosh, it didn't. Let's just jump into the line, huh? This is gonna look better later. I like my little face. I wish it did a little more, and I have ideas of how to do that. Always improving. So, to sort of remind what this game is, it is a game from, it's an MS-DOS game from 1989, I want to say, by Cliff Johnson. It is a puzzle game with this adorable little wrapper of a journey, a fool journeying through the world of tarot and the people that he meets along the way. So each of our puzzles is attached to a little piece of scroll like this with some story on it, and we'll be reading that through as we go on. What did we do? We did a bunch of stuff, so a lot of the pages are missing their little dot that says we haven't done the puzzle. Over the week, or over the last couple days, I did Wheel of Fortune, the one that was a card game that you had to learn the rules of on the fly, because I didn't want to... It's luck-based more than anything else, and I didn't want to, like, sit there for 30 minutes doing just that. I think everything else is caught up. I say caught up because I went, once I got home today, I dropped onto my computer, as I do, and Firefox said, hey, we sort of want to update. You want to do that? And I was like, oh yeah, sure. Without remembering that I'm running this game off of archive.org, which, to the best of my knowledge, does not have local saves. So I spent the last 45 minutes or so running through everything we did last stream. But we're back now, so let's just choose the next thing. Continuing along the road, the fool passed under a stone archway and encountered 6 young warriors waving their staffs triumphantly. "Is there a cause for celebration?" asked the fool. "Yes, indeed," the leader proclaimed. "This day the 4 kings have declared a truce to the horrible war that has ravaged our land, and it is said that between the 4 one of the land's lost treasures will be restored. Spread the news and be joyful." The fool found it hard to be joyful, though, for he had yet to uncover even one of the 14 treasures. So we got a maze. Let's be a little bit better looking at the thing. To escape from the maze, maneuver the white dot to the exit. Seems fine. We're just gonna... So, some of these... what does that say? I'm sorry, I have some sort of error that I need to look at, I guess. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. That shouldn't be correct. Oh well. Fuck it, we won't. So there's some of these puzzles where the tooltip specifically says you can use cursor keys to do stuff. You can't. I think it's some trick with the DOSBox emulation. I'm not really sure. So let's work backwards. How do we get out of this? Come this way, come that way. Nee. That's all blocked up. Come this way and nee. Do we... No, because if we go through the slider formation, we get funneled into here, and that's a block off, so we don't need to go through this top part either. That's blocked off, that's blocked off. And that's where we're going. Okay, so yeah, we come this way. Presuming there are no surprises, so... the other maze we had a thing called the Whispering Winds, where you hit the W, where you could hit a W and it would just send you to a random place on the map. We don't have that, but we do have a hidden door slam shut, apparently. So we can't go this way. All of that cool nee-nee-neeing I did, completely useless. A secret panel slides open. There is... and I'm very sorry for it, not a lot of great ways for me to live image descript a maze. Hidden door slam shut. Hidden door slam shut behind you. Wonderful. Okay, so let's not go that way this time. So instead of going right at that fork, we go up. Here we go. Can't keep going right, so let's back up a little bit so we can go down. This isn't actually that difficult. It's actually pretty linear a maze. It's just you don't know when you're going to get jumped by the slam shut fairy, which I think is also a pornographic film of some kind. Hey, content warning, not necessarily for this game. This game is pretty, I don't want to use the word milquetoast, but it's like, it's not doing much that's likely to offend anyone. I, on the other hand, make weird sex jokes sometimes, so be cautious. Okay. Out this way? Does that take us further down? Yeah, it does, but not... Okay, that's not the way I was supposed to do that. Further down. Further down and further out, like Aslan's keeps saying. There we go, that looks good. We just go around the edge. Oh, I moved exactly 1 pixel too far to the left, and it sent me back a considerable distance. But that's fine, because I know which way I'm going now. There we go. It's quiet. Because I forgot to turn on the music that I got for this. I'll do that in a moment. Please go. There we are. First of all, I forgot to turn the sound back on here. It's very limited bleeps and bloops, but we're going to hear them anyway. And also, let me go turn on the music. Because I found an album of Inn and Village medieval fantasy music. To just kind of add some ambiance for us as we go along this, because I found the last stream to be quite quiet. Not a little too loud. The audio ducking should do its job, but let's turn it down anyway. This is meant to be ambience. I think here, how do those levels look? If you happen to be in the chat and have an opinion about the sound, please do say so. Otherwise, I will just do my best. The pyramids. The fool traveled further up the road and saw 3 pyramids to the west, the central one inscribed with the letter H. He stared at his parchment in dismay. It showed the picture of a stone bridge crossing a pond. "I may be a fool," the fool mumbled, "but either this map is in error or the land is." He decided to pack the confusing parchment into his knapsack. Right, that's almost the whole first page of stuff done. So let's just start at the top on section 2, the farmer. The fool scurried. I don't know why I got tripped over the word northward. But I did. Let's try it again. The fool scurried northward and came to Northwood. The fool scurried northward and came to a small farmhouse. In a nearby field, the farmer was at his wit's end. "We have been cursed," he moaned. "Of what good is wealth without food to eat?" It was then that the fool noticed that, instead of fruits and vegetables, 7 shiny coins had grown from each of the hardy stalks. "Our enemies intend to starve us to death with their magic," the farmer lamented. "If only I had some fertile seeds to plant." The fool expressed his sympathy, but could offer little else to help the man's plight. Another one of these. This is a jigsaw puzzle. You probably could have gleaned that. There's a bunch of letters in the pieces, and once we're done, it's going to spell... oh, I don't know, something? What does farmer say about it? Place all the pieces together so that they fit inside the rectangle. One piece is already in its correct position and cannot be moved. To move a piece, select and drag it to a new position. If this piece overlaps another piece, the removed piece will return to its former position. The completed puzzle will reveal a sentence. Wonderful. So the letters we have are R-E. And then a space. So what words end with R-E? Your? There's no Y in here. It's probably there then? E, T-H-E-R-E. That lines up right, although I don't know what's going on down here. What's that? That's probably Queen, right? Very few things start with QU, and there's a lot of queens in this game. But it's not that one. How's that go? Like, that doesn't fit. Maybe we're up the wrong duck and that's not Queen. Up the wrong duck. Never said it before, don't know how I feel about it now. overlapped. Overlapped again. Or maybe that's not there. Perhaps that is not the word there, the one that we put together. Or maybe we're just using the wrong pieces to make it. Lights are flickering. That's fun. Here in Oklahoma, where we live, there is currently massive wind gusts, and that tends to fuck with the power grid quite a bit. So if we suddenly go offline for seemingly no reason, that will be why. Oh, there's another Q over here, actually. Can we make queen with that? Where would a U be? Well... we try it as something else instead of queen. That U piece fits right in there. But then nothing really fits next to it. QUN, but that would leave like a weird space in the middle. Eve? I can't think of a lot of words that end EUN. Is it runs? It wouldn't be runs. No, I think I just have the wrong thing somewhere. Okay, let's back all the way up and start from the beginning. So, there's not a lot of... Where can I set this piece down? Fucking... No, please don't do that. So I'm looking at the shape above the one shape that we have confirmed for us. There's not a lot of things that fit that we have that would fit in that space. It basically has to be this piece with the E on it. Alright, so let's do that. Let's build around the one thing that we know is true. We'll just scoop some of this other stuff over so we can have a better look at the play zone. So there's this like 3 vertical... There's this... yeah. There's a space with 3 vertical stuff. There is... I'm trying to figure out how to just say the goddamn words. There is a space. It is 3 blocks vertical. There it is. Got there. And there's not... We don't have a lot to fit into that space either. This one does... but it would mean that whatever this word is, it starts with 2 E's, which isn't... That's a non-starter. I don't even know if that's a thing. So this has to go here, the R-E. Whatever that word is, it begins R-E, and whatever this word next to it is, it ends with S. So now we need to fit something into this sideways T-shaped hole. That does that pretty well. And that sort of hoses the strategy I was doing, because now it's one solid block with no interlocks coming off of it, and we just have to figure it out apart from that. Okay, but this word does have to be Queens, right? It's how we use that QU, and then it ends NS. So we'll take this QU. They're often a pair. Make quas sounds together, like click, quack, and quill. And just throw some fucking E's into the joint? That's not it. That's not it. So it must be a different E than this E. In fact, is it like this? Oh. I think this word back here. Oh, get out of the way. I think this word in the back here on the bottom row is request. Okay, so I'll be honest with you, one of the things that bugs me the most is the just handling the space, right? Because there's all of these pieces and they can't overlap, and there's a lot of them and they're all weirdly shaped, and just trying to make sure that the stuff I'm not even actively working on doesn't just get in the way of the stuff I am working on. Yeah, I think that I am here at the Queen's request. Oh yeah, that looks beautiful. Hey. Taking a shortcut across the field, the fool encountered a regal knight in a dazzling suit of gold armor, riding atop a stately mount. "I am here at the Queen's request," he proclaimed, "and I have the seeds that you desire, but they have gotten jumbled in my pouch. Will this matter?" The fool peered into... Oh. I used the wrong character voice for that, but it doesn't matter. The fool peered into the knight's satin pouch and saw Tewa, Irsi, and Nkro. Well, I don't know about that, the fool reflected, but I do know that the farmer you seek is not me. He awaits you at the other end of the field. "Oh, you are indeed a man of honor," declared the knight. "In this time of famine there are those who would deceive me and steal this most rare commodity for themselves." And that doesn't immediately have a puzzle attached to it, although I can still click where the puzzle thing would be, apparently, and it pops it up and makes the page reset. That's fun. So I guess it's still there, it's just invisible on scroll pages that don't have puzzles attached to them. That's a cute little programming workaround. What do we want next? The chapel, I guess, if we're just starting at the top. We're 3 craftsmen. "Yes, that's it, Mia, right about the 3 pentacles," the tallest man instructed. The fool watched as one man climbed a ladder and began to carve the letters into the steeple. "No, no, to the left more," the second man cried. "No, to the right more," the third man protested. "What's done is done," the first man pointed out. "I cannot move an inscription like a piece of furniture." How true, the fool thought as he turned to walk away. Oh, right, this. So we saw this last time, and I sort of lost my shit at it a little bit, because I couldn't figure out what it wanted, what the rule was. So I did go and look it up. And the thing about it is that this is 23 letters out of our 26-letter English alphabet, with 3 spaces for us to fill in. So we're supposed to take those missing letters and put them in the blanks. So A, B, C, D, There's not an E, I don't think. There's also not an F. G, H, I? There's not an I don't think, but let's check the rest of it. J, because that putting them in didn't do anything. I, J, K, L, the letter M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Z, right. I mean, that's a word. F-I-E is phi, which that does that. The humbug. By the side of the road was an elderly gentleman with 6 shiny gold coins. Judging by his fine silk apparel, he was a man of great means, yet his behavior was most odd. Fie, said the man, giving one of his coins to an orphan. Fie, he repeated, giving another coin to an old woman. When the gentleman approached the fool, however, he was not so generous. Fie, he snorted, not giving any of his remaining coins. Indeed, the fool howled. Well, I do not want one of your coins anyway. Soon I will have the 14 treasures of the world. Ooh. So, our puzzle is like a snake made of eyeball cards. I don't know how to better phrase it than that. There are these small blue cards just sort of snaking out and over themselves like an old Windows screensaver. This one's red. Ah, I see. So it wants us to follow the path of the cards, even though we can't see it in some pretty specific places, like this big chunk we're about to come up to, although I think I just go all the way up. Yeah, because it's layered over itself so many times. Just a little bit observation, a little less action. It's probably all the way to the end, right? Because that's over. And not under, yeah. Well, where do we turn off for this one? Is it the one that's, like, directly under here? Is it just immediately to the right? It doesn't appear to be because the cards aren't pulling when I move my cursor that direction, same that way. So a little further down, I guess? How much further down? There's not that much further down to go. Apparently exactly that far down. Oh, and this goes all the way to the left. Okay. Okay. Nice and easy. You've got this. Steady hands, calm heart. Which way do we go from here? We move up and it still lets us move up, but that's really nothing, so yeah, left. Over to here and then up? Yeah. Oh, I have no idea where I'm supposed to turn off for this. Is it to the right? Yeah, it is. Okay. Kind of got it to, like, snap to the... snap around the corner by moving my mouse very slightly. Oh, that's not it. Down. There we go. You ready for this big, long, clear one? We... There we go. That was exciting. We... A nice, very visible circle. Because we moved back, not moved back, but moved over to the right side where we haven't done anything yet, so the cards are stacked over themselves in a little more identifiable a way. It's probably up from here, right? We go to the left and then where that starts. Yeah. Yeah. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. If you haven't watched that video of someone playing Crazy Taxi with a live backup band, I highly recommend it. It's from this past GDQ, I think. Here's the thing about The Offspring. Like, those songs are short because they're really vocally intense. Well, not because they're really vocally intense. Those songs are short and also really vocally intense. And the poor bastard singing had to... I do not remember that person's name, and I apologize. Had to fucking hit those, like, hard opener notes every time the levels reset, so... Oop. We're almost there. I just kind of felt bad for them near the end. There we go. Behold, the second key of Thoth. What happened to the first? Okay, flashing lights. I apologize. We're going to get out of here. Okay, here's the thing. I've stopped the flashing. The flashing is going to resume in a moment. There's nothing I can do about that. Because what this thing wants, is it going to say? No, it just says it's the second key of Thoth. So, what this puzzle wants out of us is to notice that there are some of these, the screen is filled with flashing boxes, but there are some of them that don't move, that we can see more clearly when we click. That's what the dun 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 noise, that's, you're doing it wrong because I'm clicking incorrectly, because I was panicking. So, I'm going to let go of this button, and the flashing lights are going to come back. Feel free to navigate away from this app if you need to. I will vocally say when the flashing lights are done. I will be letting it off this button in 3, and 2, and 1. Yeah, so you see, like, right there. Okay. That was a little easier. So now there are... Now the 4 red boxes are properly highlighted. The flashing has stopped. The 4 red boxes are properly highlighted with 1, 2, 3, and 4. We'll be coming back to this. Pardon. The merchant. Indignant, the fool marched down the road, wondering all the while why he had been unable to locate even one of the 14 treasures. Before long, he came to a merchant, seated in front of his shop. The man had 1 silver coin balanced on his head, another in his arms, and 2 more were under his feet. Alas, the man sighed, I have only half a puzzle. And how is 4 a half? The fool inquired. But when the puzzle is 8, naturally, he replied sourly, and even in this I have failed. I need the words of the 4 who precede me. But why can you not obtain such a simple goal? The fool asked. Because, the man grimaced, if I were to move from this spot, then the 4 that precede me would no longer precede me. Ah, I see your point, the fool was quick to realize. Oh, that's good. I forgot it did that. So the humbug, the puzzle we just did, has the eye symbol next to it to remember that that's one of the ones that has the key on it for later when we need it. The Empress. The Empress was seated on a long satin couch, her tired eyes barely open. On the wall she cast two distinct shadows, her normal one and a jagged silhouette stood next to her like a second person. In its black hand was a crystal sphere with 5 mouths that wailed incessantly. "Oh," the fool mumbled, not really knowing what to say. "Yes," the Empress sighed, "my husband may not be able to rid himself of that wretched little bird, but I am cursed with this vile shadow and its unrelenting 5-circle. I've been unable to sleep ever since it arrived." The fool expressed his most solemn sympathies and departed from the unhappy couple. Oh, good, more word jumble. Alright, so this time we just have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 words visible. They're all 4 letters, and it doesn't look like we can exchange letters between lines, so it's just straight up figuring out what these 4-letter words are. There's miss, and probably idea. Orto, root, almost certainly. Your. I'm just going for the ones that are immediately obvious to me, and then we can sort of use the, because the 4-word lines are connected vertically, we can use the verticality to sort of figure out what the rest of them should look like. Hair. All hair must be eaten. Rare. Nope, those are 2 A's, not an A and an R. Okay. Noir is just a word. And so is opus, although it probably means soup. Lard? L-A-R-D? Could be. Weep. Oh, the vertical line here, the longer one, is almost certainly pyramids, right? Because not a lot of things start P-Y, and also we've seen pyramids before. R-A-M-I-D-S. Oh, that's iron then, and not noir. Worm. Good morning. How are you? It's the word worm. Area. Weep your hair area, worm iron lard soup. I kind of want to make a joke about that being a Kamen Rider episode title, but I don't know enough about Kamen Rider to put it together well. That's star vertically? Oh, yes it is. Turns out. So miss on the other side, the miss, twig, and idea, and root, spelling star vertically, so we have star and pyramids. Following a gray gravel road, the fool came to a quaint stone cottage where 2 children were arranging flowers into 6 straw vases. "Your flowers are very lovely," the fool told them. "Thank you," said the little boy, "but I'm afraid they are not for sale." Oh, did I go through that too quickly? I think I might have done. Yeah, there's a second page to that. "A wise decision," the fool agreed. "It would be very difficult to place a price on such beauty." "Yet, we might part with 1 basket," the little girl whispered, "if you were to tell us the word of a star." "And the word of the pyramids," the boy quickly added. But the fool did not know these words, and so he bid the children farewell. Yipes. It's another one of these, where we have a word in the center and then need to build it outwardly by clicking on these buttons at the bottom. So we start with of. Wow, you're adding a lot with each click, huh? Okay, so that one was wrong because it didn't put any space in between the word of that we had and the rest of this word mash. Let's see if we can... once we get all the letters out. So we did manage to make the last we are of cares the woe, which almost works. Asked of, we can probably, that's probably last? Okay, well that wasn't it. Hang on, let's start back in the beginning. So I think we start with 2. Oh, should I be writing this down? It would probably be a lot simpler. I don't actually have a pen in the house, I don't think. It's fine. I got my phone. My phone has a notes app on it. I can use that basically the same way. No, I don't want to know about all the meats and sauces I failed to buy the last time I went to the store because I wasn't paying attention. There we go, so we start with 2, and then 3 wasn't it, so let's try 4. No, because that still makes of a thing connected to other things, which it shouldn't be. So 2 and then 5. That looks promising. Last of the... which I think is that PlayStation game that with the mushroom people that folks like. Haven't played it myself. The Last of Thoho, which sounds like a great fantasy novel. Let's go back. The Last of Thoka... Nope. I am just brute forcing this. But I think that's valid. 4. No, probably not that. So 2, 5, 4... we tried 3 and that didn't work, so 6? Yeah. Oh, and then it wasn't that, so it must be the other way. 2, 5, 4, 6, 1, and 3. We are the last of those who care. At the next house, a young couple stood on the porch drinking a toast from 2 crystal wine glasses. "Here is to my dearest love," the man toasted. "And here's to peace between our kingdoms," the woman replied. "My congratulations and best wishes, respectively," the fool said. "You've been recently married, then?" "Yes," the young man affirmed. "We are the last of those who care," being in bold, like all of our special words are. "You see," the young woman pointed out, "he is a wand, and I am a cup. Our union will bring peace to the land." "Will this restore your kingdom's lost treasures?" the fool asked. That is the work of the devil and despair," she cursed. "It is sad that their words must be spoken with ours, but as you can see, our friends do not share our concern." Love the fucking art. Love it. We have the fool sort of holding his bindle stick like a hobby horse, watching some women dancing in silhouette. It's very nice. To solve this puzzle, use the clues shown in the picture to find the correct letters and then enter the letters into the blank boxes. Use the mouse or cursor keys to select the boxes and move between them, or use enter to advance or backspace to reverse. Yep. So what immediately jumps out is at the bottom of the image is some text saying, "Ladies enjoy and perhaps favor odd rowdy jigs of yore," thought the fool, and I see that in sort of Go Cryptography 101. And take the first letters from each of those in that really weird sentence and go leap for joy, which we got to. On the front lawn, 3 women were engaged in a merry dance, each drinking from a hefty goblet of wine. "Leap for joy, my friends," yelled the first. "Yes, leap and forget our troubles," cried the second. "Will you not join us in our dance?" the third asked the fool. "I'd really like to," he fibbed gaily, "but I am on a most urgent errand for the queen." And with that, the fool scurried away, his face blushing brightly. Oh, there's another word jigsaw. Place all the pieces together so that they fit. If a piece overlaps another piece, it will return to its former position. The completed puzzle will reveal 4 words. In presumably 2 lines, because that's sort of... We can't fit... Well, I guess we could fit that there, but then we can't add anything into the middle of this piece in the center. I am legally obliged by my employer to try the word hope here. Something of hope? The rainbow of hope. Hell yeah. Okay. Hang on. I'll fix that. Stop doing it. Thank you. R A I N B O W. Hell yeah. Now we just need to figure out where to put all these pieces that don't have letters on them, but that looks pretty simple. There we go. A few hours down. A few hours down, 4 more to go. Another day, another dollar. A few houses down, he met a family celebrating in the street. The rainbow of hope smiles upon us," the father shouted gleefully. "Our wish has been granted." Looking up, the fool saw a beautiful rainbow stretching across the sky, and amid the many colors he could see the faint outlines of 10 heavenly chalices. "For what did you wish?" the fool wondered. "The food of fertile seeds," declared the mother. "At long last the famine is at an end. Not the family. My family won't end, because the famine is at an end. It's just weird that they both start fam. It's fine. What's the puzzle?" Word search. So, you're going to be hearing some donk noises as I do this, because I find it much easier to deal with the word searching part if I just highlight the entire line so that it doesn't look the same as everything around it. But I think that line's empty. Oh, I didn't even read the prompt. "What beautiful colors," sighed the fool, admiring the rainbow, so presumably all of these are going to be colors, like purple here. And... let's see. And maroon. And amber, which is the color of my energy. Which is a terrible lie. The color of my energy is Dodger Blue. It's hex code 3366FF if you were ever interested. There's Scarlet. And there's Blue. Dabba-dee, dabba-die. There's Nepalgi. Violet. And pink. And orange. Don't think there's anything there. Indigo. And black. Chartreuse or chartreuse. Depending. I'm not sure which is correct, actually. Crimson and hazel. Aquamarine. And ochre. There we go. Hopefully that's all the horizontal. What's vertical? Vermilion. She is dressed in all the rings of past brutality. Right? Slipknot. Turquoise. There's yellow. And green. And beige. Beige. Magenta. And white. Brown. That's 9. Also appears to be nothing. Oh. Got a little too excitable. There's only 3 more to go in like 6 lines. We'll probably get there. Gray. Spelled with an E. Do you pronounce gray differently when you spell it with an A or an E? I'll take my answer off air. I'm just kind of going over it in my brain actually now. It's like gray or gree or gray. None of it really sounds right. I think you just say gray both ways. Olive. That's not how you spell olive. Vendidroy. Well, looks like we missed 2. So let's go over it. Having this many already filled in makes it a little easier. So here's what I like about the word searches specifically, is that to aid in visual comprehension in a way that I find absolutely wonderful, there's not actually words that overlap each other. Like crimson here, there would never be a word that's directly above it. So having this many already filled in, we can just sort of... it narrows the possibility space, which is useful if you're just trying to go over and get whatever it was we missed. I do have the walkthrough not open, but, well, it's open just in a tab I can't currently see. I am dedicated to not using it unless something goes terribly wrong. No. Nope. Oh, Azure. I don't know why I didn't think of Azure when I was looking at it the first time. I was kind of hoping Ochre would be the only, like, left fielder out there that was gonna trip me up, but nah, Azure in there. Spies in the guise of friendly visitors stealing our island's sacred golden fleece. That's a game that has a lot in common with us, actually. Not in the way it deals with its puzzles, but narratively. King's Quest VI. Anyway. Just doing the highlighting thing. Again, apologies for the incorrect buzzers you're going to be hearing. Hmm. Zikinus no. That's nothing. Hekentog. Kubjaksk. Just trying to sound out the letters to see if they ring a little bit better than just reading them. Is it olive? No. I thought maybe this was an not an incorrect, an alternative spelling of olive I wasn't aware of, but no. Oh, lavender. That's why I didn't see it, because I was so focused in on olive that I didn't see that the LAV was the start of lavender. There we go. Sorted. In the center of town, a large crowd had gathered for the local auction, and near the front, a man with a feathered cap carefully arranged a collection of antique cups on a wooden table. "Are you a merchant?" the fool inquired. "Certainly not," the man huffed distastefully. "These 9 are mine, and I am the last. What more could one hope for?" The 14 treasures of the world, thought the fool, but he kept silent on the matter. What's the star? Traveling further, he spotted a lone star in the midst of the morning sky. "How curious," he commented. "A pentacle in this faraway place." Right, because he's been going through the land of pentacles, and they all have stars on them. Or the land of or all of the coins have stars on them. It's cute. Sorry, I'm going to start the whole scroll over again. Traveling further, he spotted a lone star in the midst of the morning sky. "How curious," he commented. "A pentacle in this faraway place." "You are in need of wisdom, my friend," the heavenly body replied. "I am a star, nothing more, but to err is human, so call me what you will." "Oh, then I beg your pardon," the fool said with a low bow. "I stand corrected." Another word jigsaw. The completed puzzle will reveal 2 words, starting with M. Alright, so here are these 2. They have to be the ends of the words, right? Because it's a letter and then a space, and that clearly indicates that it's the last word in the chain. The last letter in the word that creates the chain, that is a word. Yes, I said it right, and you knew what I meant. And it probably can't be this way, right? Because if we use this L as the presumably last letter in the sequence, then we have to put it all the way to the right, and there's not a space. We don't have a piece that fits this space it will leave with its little stair step, so it has to be this thing with the back end. So let's do the thing we did last time, because the last one was 4 words, but where we just try and fit the spaces. So this M over here at the far end is something we can't move because it's in its proper place. And what fits in the spaces around it? That, not a lot of words start with MC. That has the same problem. MN, similar problem. That fits. And then it has a long space down here now and a little uppy jut, which is this. Mist. I do love that game. Probably mystical? Yeah. CHANT. Mystical chant. Hooray. Keeping to the path, he approached a narrow stream that ran across the road, and just as he was about to jump over it, 8 magical wands appeared on the horizon and soared over his head. I am not going to try and pronounce these magical words. Yeah, I am. Fuck it, I did all that word salad with the word search. Nistilmzbhugzu, creaked the enchanted wood. Ah, a mystical chant, the fool remarked. I wonder what it could mean. But he did not wonder for very long, and hopped across the stream. The High Priestess. Oh, this one's 3 pages. That's one of the longest ones we've had. The road narrowed into a winding path that climbed up the side of a desolate plateau. As the fool reached its top, an explosion of crimson fire blocked his way, and out of the flames walked a stern woman unscathed by the heat. You have dared to trespass, she screamed wickedly. It is common knowledge to face the High Priestess's death, yet you have come here alone. Why? I am just following the path that the sun advised, he blurted out nervously. Please, tell the High Priestess that I mean no harm. Tell her yourself, she grinned, for I am she. The fool trembled in his pointed shoes. Yes, and I know the sun's tricks, she cackled. He has sent you on a mission to uncover the 14 lost treasures of the world. Well, you are doomed to failure, for no one can undo the treachery I have inflicted upon the land. You? He murmured. You have taken the 14 treasures? I have no use for such foolish trinkets, she boasted. I have merely disguised them from the sight of their owners. I must admit it was a most amusing game, though perhaps the means of your death will make a much more humorous game yet. The High Priestess laughed sinisterly. Ho 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 ho. But I will spare... I wasn't aware I was going to do that. But I will spare you your worthless life if you fulfill these 3 tasks. First, bring me the sacred inscription from the evil Dark Tower, and second, deliver the letters from the Banner of Death. And the third? The fool asked, meekly. The sky erupted with lightning. Tell the magician that his days are few, for I have conquered the Book of Thoth, and now its power is mine. The fool ran for his life. I think this might be another one that flashes when I click it, so I'm gonna warn for that. In 3 and 2 and 1. You dare to challenge the High Priestess, and now there's so many cards on the screen. Okay. So all the cards have numbers on them. It's called the 99 Enchantments. I clicked 1 and nothing happened, so let's click 99. Okay. So I don't know if this is... There are flashing lights, but not to the extent that I know that it will be difficult for someone. Maybe use your best judgment. I'll click through the 98 now enchantments to the best of my speed. It helps a little that the one you're currently looking for mostly stays on top and always has this rainbow effect to it. This is kind of a nightmare. Just little a nightmare a little bit. I see 93, although that doesn't help me. Oh, there's 94, and now 93. 92, 91. 88, 87, 86, 85, 80... That's 34. 84. 80... There it is, 3. 82 must simply be around here somewhere. Oh, there it is, 82 and 81. 80, 79, I'm really looking forward to when we're down to, like, under half and the screen is much less cluttered. 78, 77, 70... There we go, 6, 75, 74. $73, $72, $71, pardon me. $70. 69. Nice. 68. 67. Clickety click 66. Wow, where'd that come from? It came from way too many nights at a bingo hall with my grandmother. That's where it came from. 64. Not too many nights, but enough nights that it, like, really drilled itself in the back of the brain. The hell were we on? 64? I'm glad up here at the... Oh, that's fun. So, when I move the cursor to the top of the screen to go check the thing, all of the flashing goes away because, of course, it doesn't want to make it too easy for me by pausing the flashing like it would normally do when you go up to the menu. How were we on? 64. 60, what? 3, because we're counting down. Like Casey Kasem. Or Rick D is. Is Casey Kasem still doing the top 40? I haven't listened to terrestrial radio in basically forever. Since my stint at Macy's, when that's what we had in the dock to sort of keep our day from being nothing but the sound of rollers and box cutting. Because it'll get on your nerves after a while. $58, $57, $56, $55, $54, $53. There's 51, that doesn't matter with me. 52, 51. We are now under a legal deck of playing cards. 50. 49, 48. $47, 46, 45, 44 is somewhere. 44, 43, 42, 41, 40, 39, nope, sorry, misclick. 38, 37, 36, 30. 34, 33, 32. Oh, So at 31, the game has suddenly changed, and rather than the cards being static and flashing, they are slowly repopulating themselves in different places all across the space. I don't think our highlighted card is glowing anymore. So I just kind of gotta wait until I see 31 pop up, like there. There's no, it got away from me. 30. They are moving around now, and that's really upsetting. 29, 28, they're right next to each other. There's 27, 26, 25, 24, oh, that was 23. 23, 22, 21, 20, and 19, 18 and 17, 16, 15, I think 14 was down there, but I missed it. No, there it is. 13, 12, 13, 12, 11, 10, nope. 10, no. 9, I said. Thank you. I know what I'm doing. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Nope. 3, 2. Nope. 2. Hold the hell still. 2. 1. Okay. So the flashing's done. We now have just like a static symbol of the Eye of Thoth with like a line going between its pupil and our cursor. What happens if we just put it in the center? Well, it kicks us out and doesn't appear to do much else. And we can't go up to the thing with it. Be forewarned, the High Priestess has corrupted the Book of Thoth. You may need the help of others to unlock its secrets. Okay. Is that another one that has a eyeball over it? No, it doesn't. It's just done. Justice. Gasping for air, the fool looked up and seated... Okay. Gasping for air, the fool looked up, and seated on a crumbling marble throne was a somber woman with a crown of iron. In one hand she held a fiery sword, and in the other a set of scales. I beg your forgiveness, the fool stuttered. I did not mean to trespass. Please do not take any offense. You have nothing to fear, she answered solemnly. I am justice, and my wrath is only for those who have wronged this land. The fool considered this a moment. Then have you judged the thief who stole the treasure from the Emperor and Empress? He asked, remembering their sorry plight. They have lost nothing, Justice told him. To lift the curse, the Emperor must simply take from what is hers. Until that time, however, their treasure will remain hidden from their eyes. Okay. So I click the puzzle, we got a grid, we have a 5x5 grid of various wonderful colors with some sort of eyeball thing in the middle of it. Oh. It's like this, is it? So I click the eyeball in the center and it put, it's not eyeballs, we'll just call them dots. And it put a dot at each cardinal direction from the center that I clicked on. Okay, clicking on it again makes it reset. So, presumably it wants me to click on the new dots. Yes, it does want that. And obviously what it wants me to do is fill this hole. Fill this whole joint. Or is it? I think it might not be, actually. Well, I started clicking on stuff, and then it didn't quite do the thing I wanted, which is unfortunate. So there's two... So I guess what we can... We'll just click the center and reset all of that, because I don't know what the fuck happened. So... It looks like there's two different... I'll call them coins, the coins that pop up. Because it looks like there's two different sides to them. One is the eyeball, and the other is just a dot. It doesn't look like... It looks like if the coin is showing the eye, then it doesn't flip over when you hit it. Because that's what that looks like that should be doing. Hitting the coins next to other coins should be disappearing them, but if they're showing the eye instead of the dot, then they don't disappear. I think that's correct. It looks correct for the life of me. I don't know how I'm meant to do this. I was kind of hoping I could just, like, Conway the Game of Life luck into it, but it doesn't look like that's the way. Okay, so this is just moving these specific pieces along, and it's showing them as eyes too, instead of the dot, so they can't be moved. Does that... Oh. I was wondering if that was the same for all the... I'm wondering if the same could be said of all religions, but apparently not. Okay, so the 4 dots in the 4 spaces at the cardinal directions, the top center, bottom center, left, middle, and right middle, don't change stuff. They don't... I'm trying desperately to figure out how I want to phrase this idea. It's just... Oh, hang on. That music is about to restart. And... so these 4 are just turning certain ones on or off. Is that how we do this? We just fill the rest of them? Like, we just fill these until we can get the cardinal directions sorted, and then just use those to flip the rest of them on? Let's reset. No. Oh, no, right, can't click the center, it resets everything. I swear I'm not just clicking randomly, but I also, like, really don't know how this works. That's almost got all 4 of them. Why can't we get this one over here to... Oh, there we go. Alright, so that is all 4 of them at the corners, but that doesn't appear to have helped terribly. No, can't click the fucking middle one. Learn your lesson. Why haven't I read the tooltip for this yet? Because it's useless. Okay, a secret hides here if 25 appear. Thanks. Thanks, Cliff. I mean, I guess that is telling me the thing that I need to know to be able to solve the puzzle. It needs to be all of them need to be lit up. Right, how about this? Can I just get rid of all of them instead? No, it turns out. Okay. I am uniquely bad at this kind of puzzle. This kind of spatial reasoning puzzle. And I do not wish to be here for 15 minutes and waste your time while I sort of click through the buttons. Let us just go to... let's Control F Justice. The objective of the justice, yeah, thanks. It wishes me to do it this way. A, B, C, D, E, where's an F? F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. No, I must have missed it somewhere. Oh, no I didn't. Oh, behold the third key of tough. Okay, so we have one flashing light warning, I guess, by the way. We're going to... We have one bar of flashing color at the left, which we can click and drag over to the right until it fills the screen. Then same from right to left, then I guess from top to bottom, and bottom to top. Which I didn't hold on to for long enough, so it reset everything. It is like that sometimes. Oh, let's close the... Well, not close, but let's move the walkthrough out of the way, so that I'm not tempted to look at it more than I have to. Taking his leave, the fool came to a narrow pass and was stopped by a stubborn page swinging a heavy sword. "You cannot come this way," he ordered. "The 4 kings are in council." "Oh," cried the fool, "8 giant letters have just appeared across the face of the land." "Where?" the page demanded, looking all about. "I cannot see any such thing." But the fool did not reply, for he had taken the opportunity to sneak past the page and run up the road. It's 10 o'clock. And this is about when I want to take a break, so I'm going to take a little bit of a break. While I'm off at break, stretching my legs and drinking some water, suggest you do whatever self-care is useful to you. And it might be a useful time to go onto your social media of choice and check out the mutual aid hashtags that exist there. Boost whatever you can. If you have a little bit of extra money, try and give it to someone in need, because the only way we get out of this is through. And the only way we get through this is together. I'll be back in like 3 minutes, maybe 5. We'll catch you at the end of that. Do I want to go back to the interstitial screen? No, let's just leave it here. See you in a bit. Hi, welcome back. It's me still. Oh shit, I forgot to turn the heater back off. One moment. I'm just sort of waiting for it to shut down because it makes the audio worse. Because, what is it called? Errand noise, the noise filter outer, catches a whole bunch of our voice register when the heater is going. So it sounds sort of cut out. And it'll shut off on its own eventually. It's still, I try to have it off when I stream, but it's getting warmer, but it's still chilly overnight, and oh, there it goes. That should do better. Alright. Taking his leave... Oh, did I read this already? Yeah. 8 giant letters have just appeared across the face of the land. The Chariot, which is a great song by the Midnight. Scurrying along a narrow mountain path, the fool was startled by the sudden approach of a swift chariot. "Look out!" yelled the driver, steering it sharply. The chariot spun about and flipped on its side. With a loud crunch, one of the wooden wheels broke into 2 pieces. The fool offered to assist the man, but was shoved aside. "Out of my way!" shouted the driver, leaping onto one of the horses. "I have uncovered the mystical, ha! And with it I must locate a thief who steals 7. And with that, he thundered away in a cloud of dust. More word jigsaws. The completed puzzle will reveal 4 words. And I'm just sort of looking at these letters, and I'm almost certain that it's gonna be swords, cups, wands, and pentacles. Yup. I don't know. How do you spell pentacle? Pentacles? Yeah, and then we just find spaces for all of the stuff that doesn't have letters on it. See, it's nice when your game, or really any of your, well, we'll go with game because we're talking about puzzles in this moment, has really clear theming because you can grab onto ideas like this quickly. The King of Swords. I think that unlocks, like, all 4 of the King, pages, none of which have puzzles attached to them, so we'll just read through all 4 of them. As the sound of hooves faded into the distance, the fool became aware of the low murmuring of many voices, coming from over a small hill. Departing from the road, he scaled the slope and stood on the top, overlooking a wide valley. Stretching out for as far as he could see were the mighty armies of the 4 kingdoms, and gathered about a huge bonfire were the 4 great kings, engaged in a vicious debate. The fool crept closer to observe the proceedings. The King of Swords, a most imposing figure, stood and flourished his weapon, which was engraved with the letter N. "I demand that the pentacles return our 1 treasure at once," he threatened, "or I shall order my men to attack." The King of Pentacles, I don't know why I gave him the Yami-Yugi voice. The King of Pentacles wore a fine silk robe and held a gold scepter, engraved with the letter Z. "Have you no ears?" he cursed bitterly. "I have told you repeatedly that we do not have it, nor have we ever desired it. But mark my words, the Kingdom of the Cups had better surrender our 1 treasure, or the consequences will be most severe." The King of Cups calmly took a sip from his jeweled chalice, engraved with the letter T. We would have no use for such a thing, he sniffed. We are a people of faith and have always abided by the law of the land, unlike the heathens who have stolen our one treasure, the kingdom of the wands. The King of Wands tightened his grip on his stout fighting staff, engraved with the letter U. It's a lie, he shouted. We are not common thieves. If you open your eyes, you will see that there is only one among us who is capable of such treachery, the very ones who have dared to rob us of our one treasure, the murderous swords. With a vile curse, the King of Swords leapt forward and waved his gleaming blade. Undaunted, the King of Wands held his ground, thrusting his staff forward. The King of Pentacles withdrew a hidden dagger, and the King of Cups reached for a fierce battle-axe. A sudden stillness came over the wide valley, as the many armies awaited their lordship's commands. Oh no, the fool lamented. It is just as the Hierophant had predicted. The four kingdoms are on the verge of another war. The Hermit is next. Very soon, the fool found himself lost in a confusing tangle of crooked paths. After wandering aimlessly for hours and hours, he got so exasperated that he just sat down in the dirt and refused to move any further. The one who built this road is a greater fool than I, he huffed. This is hardly the shortest distance between 2 points. Really? Croaked a scruffy hermit, popping out from behind a bush. And what is the shortest distance between 2 points? Why, a straight line, of course, he snapped, which this path does not in the least bit resemble. Ah, but a straight line can be the most difficult puzzle of them all, the hermit insisted, especially if you do not know where to begin. If nothing else, you must remember to locate a J and proceed from there. Ooh, okay, so we're gonna content warn for flashing again. We have a grid, and there's a shape overlaid on the grid. I think we are meant to trace the shape the way we did with the Toth cards? Yeah, that looks like it. Okay, so what does this shape actually look like? It helps that we can get it to pause for just a second. So it starts where it starts, then it goes all the way up to the top of the grid, and then all the way over to the right, which is and then it just sort of goes back and forth and along Snakeman. Ascending tones. You gotta love them. Okay. And now another one. Okay, so we start here, we go all the way down to the bottom, move over 2 rows, and then up by, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then over 2, back down to the bottom, over 2, up by 4. Yeah, it's 8 and 4. It's binary. I know that. That one looks a little more complicated because it doesn't have, we don't have the, like, all the way over to the left, all the way over to the right to rely on for that big loop. So we start here, go over 1, and then up by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then over by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then back the other way. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or is it? Yeah, 8. Okay, like that. And now we go all the way down to the bottom. And then this comes out just stair-steppy. Okay, so we start... Oh, we can see basically the whole thing. So we start at the side we start at, and then move over just a little bit. That's what we're seeing right there is the top of a hump that we need to still draw the bottom of. But from there, it's just all the way to the top, and then down by 4, and then a little stair step to the right. All the way up, over 2 like a snake, down until it's even with the line we just drew, and then out. Okay. Okay, well, not like that. completely forgot how it moved from here. Okay, so over by 2 and then down by 3. Okay. Nope. Nope. Over by 2 and then down by 3. I am begging you. Think that's it. Ah, shit. Now it wants us to do the whole thing in one go. Ew. I might cheat. No, I don't have to cheat. Okay, I might have to cheat. Alright, so I know how to draw this because it's a really simple shape. And then it goes all the way to the bottom, and then up by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. And then down. And over by 4, and then another square hump of 4. Okay, so this one goes over this way, then up from here. And does it go all the way into this crevice we've created? That would make sense. Yep, sure does. And we go all the way down and make those little one box humps. There's 2 of them. And then by 2 and then down. Then make the stair stepper. Up like that. Okay, that wasn't as hard as I thought. Actually, having the whole shape at once makes the parts that were difficult about that really easy because it's all supposed to fit into itself. Behold the last key of Thoth. Oh good. So probably more blinking. Now it wants us to create another shape. Well, there is still blinking. It starts with a line of 4 at the bottom, and then a hump of 3, and then a much larger hump of what? 4 by 5? I think that's right. Nope, not like that. No, taller than that. That line is 4 up. No, that's too far. It ends parallel with where we start at. Okay. Right, I almost did the exact same thing again. Okay, and now we just mirror this on the other side. It should be a lot easier because we have a visible path to draw from. There we go. Eventually, the fool grew tired of sitting and decided to walk a bit further, coming at last to the end of the tangle of paths. The next road was indeed as straight as an arrow, and naturally he had no difficulty whatsoever in following it. That hermit must have stayed out in the sun too long, he laughed to himself. This path is the easiest one yet. There's one back here that we didn't do, I think. Yeah. I did not do the enchantment, so let's do that. Here's the reason I didn't do it, is because it looks like this when you're fucking done with it. And one of those buttons I hit in there is a reverse. It's supposed to spell 616 or 1616. I can't remember which. So we're going to have a fun time learning how to do that together. And see, that one added 4 of those. So, okay. Okay, so the last one is the one that adds in the dashes. What is... making it so the dashes appear? What rule is it following? I'm going to be a coward and look this one up as well. Oh, I didn't talk about the art. It's the fool standing in front of a bunch of cups on a hillside with a... I suppose that's the Hierophant, because they have the staff with the crosshair on it. Nope, up from there, please. Okay, so it wants 1 and 4 and 6. Then 7, 5, 2, and 3. Which is indeed 16, 16. Click that out. Heading up a steep mountain path, the fool discovered 8 silver goblets abandoned on a rock ledge. Looking about, he spotted a man in a scarlet robe scaling a distant peak. "You have forgotten your cups," the fool cried out. "No, I choose to leave them behind," he shouted back. "I have grown weary of this kingdom. Blind faith is no replacement for true knowledge. I have the mystical 16 and 16, and that is all I desire." Leaving the 8 cups where they were, the fool hiked onward. I think that is all of that. We're just, we're back on this last page now. Judgment. Venturing ahead, the fool approached an angel who sat atop an enormous hourglass. "One who blindly follows a path without question," she spoke, "is as lost as the one who follows no path at all." "I beg to differ," the fool replied politely, "but as you can see, I am no longer lost." "Yes, but have you yet uncovered one of the land's lost treasures?" The fool shook his head sullenly. "Then heed the advice of the hermit and gaze into the sands of time," she commanded. Reluctantly, he looked into the hourglass and watched the twinkling grains of sand. The longer he stared, the brighter they seemed to become. Then his eyes began to itch, his knees weakened, his stomach went queasy. And then a faint voice spoke. 4 to the north, 7 to the west, 3 to the north. 8 to the west, 6 to the south, 5 to the east, 9 to the north. I don't even remember what that corresponds to. That's going to be fun when we get there. Okay, this is another, yeah, select the correct buttons to reveal 3 secret letters. So as we click on these at the bottom, they will reveal shapes, and we need to click the correct ones to make the shapes into letters. So we're just going to try and start at the left and see if we can't just get that to turn into something. It kind of looks like an E the way I have it. I'm trying not to turn on anything that isn't affecting that side. What was the one with, like, the big thing at the bottom? Yeah, that. Can we get anywhere with that? I feel like we can. Oh, there we go. That took out the big chunk of garbage at the right. So, how does it... Okay. But maybe it's not an E, maybe it's an A? That's not how they draw A's in this font. Oh, is it O, maybe? Oh, no, there we go. I had that on and it maybe shouldn't have been, because that gets it much closer to an E. And it doesn't look like it has a prayer being anything else. Maybe it is an O. Alright, let's click all of these off, actually. And just try the right side instead. Nope. There's something. Well, there's another something. Yeah, let's just turn on all the ones that are affecting that space. And then we can, maneuver from there. And that's not really the draw area. Draw area. Okay, that looks a little cleaner. That's really almost a shape. And I think that's it. I think we just need a way to get rid of that garbage at the top. Which I think there's a button that does that. Oh, well, that does that, but it also gets rid of the part that's a letter. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay. So... So this almost makes it an E, but if you look at it, it's too short because it doesn't, like you can see where the bottom of the C is drawn, and that's just not making it. Nope, not that. That a little bit, but not really. Looks like it's taking more away than it's putting in. Oh, hang on. Can we turn that middle one into a Z? We can get really close. I'm just kind of flipping stuff on and off. There we are. E-Z-C. That's the magic word I remember from this game every time. The chant. The fool scurried down the road. Do I have water? Pardon me just one second, I'm gonna go get my water. Poured it and then forgot about it. And at this point I've been reading for 2 hours, so... Need a little bit of... I almost called it throat liberation. I guess I'm fine with throat liberation. Listen, you use your throat for whatever you want to use your throat for. I'm not here to judge you. The fool scurried down the road. The fool scurried down the road and discovered the ruins of a once great village. On a stained marble bench sat a blindfolded woman with 2 rusty swords held in her crossed arms. "Easy see," she muttered over and over again. "Pardon me," the fool began, "but is this the road that leads to the Queen's castle?" "Seek the family who departs by boat," the woman whispered. "Oh, will they know the way?" he inquired further. "Easy see," the woman repeated over and over again. Ooh. Okay, we have a cryptogram. That's fun. Oh, we're dropping some frames. That's probably the wind. We have a cryptogram, but we don't have a... what is the word I want? A key for it. So, some of these other ones have had, like, not gibberish words, but words at the bottom, and then, like, some mixed up letters to let you know this means this, and that gives you a base to start from. We don't have that. So, but what we do have is this, which is a letter K by itself, and this, which is a letter B by itself. So the only couple words in English that are single letters are I and A. So it's probably one of those. In fact, I would probably say that the K is A, because there's not a lot of 3-letter words that all have different letters that start with I. I guess like ice or something. But I think we're going to be much better served by saying this is and. Zaz here might be T-H-E. It's another 3-letter word. That basically changes this top word into almost giant, so let's see if that helps. Oh, no, it's not was, because if it were was, then this would end with a W, and I don't know what the hell word that could be, but it could be saw. Is this fucking pyramids again? Have all of these been about pyramids? Yeah, I think we have enough letters that we can start piecing it. A giant wheel stood near the pyramids, and I saw 3 Mistijal. Wonderful. A giant wheel stood near the pyramids, and I saw 3 mystical words, one atop the other. Venturing further down the road, the fool entered a desecrated temple, and within a pale man lay asleep on a stone slab of the ancient crypt. By his side was a long jeweled sword, and on the floor were 3 others. "Who are you?" the man shouted, reaching for his weapon. "Just a fool, in a place where he does not belong," he quickly explained. Slowly, the man lowered his sword and lay back down. "I have had this one dream night after night," he sighed. "A giant wheel stood near the pyramids, and I saw 3 mystical words, one on top of the other. A voice told me these words were of great importance, but alas, every time I awaken, I cannot remember what they were." The man drifted back into slumber. It's another one of these, and we're starting with Hag. God, that's so many fucking buttons to hit. I was kind of hoping I could just hit all the buttons and kind of get a feel for how this should look. Okay, so were any of those reverses? Were any of those like weird? No, there's one of them that threw in like a whole bunch of spaces in the middle. But that's it. So I guess we have to know that this is like 5 words because we consistently get 4 spaces no matter what we hit. What does the tooltip actually tell us? Select all the buttons in the correct order to reveal a secret sentence. Okay. Okay, so 1 does reverse the letters that are in there. 2 reverses them back. 3 adds a whole bunch of... Okay, where is it? Hang on. Let me do that again. So... we have... shit. Should I be writing this down? I really wish I had a pen. I have a Slim Jim. That's not really the same thing. So let's do a necessary thing, and we will... Did I already have the notepad open? I sure did. So, just typing in 1 is reverse, 2 is also reverse. What does 3 do for us? So, the word hag is in the center. So that puts an N on the left side and then a whole bunch of stuff on the right. T-E-G-N-A. T-E-G-N-A. Alright, completely clear the whole board. What does 4 do? Okay, so hag's now at the far left, so all the letters it added in are at the... hag is on the right, so all the letters it added in are on the left. O-S-E-G-N. And then put 3 dashes to say that's where we're starting. Flip all of these just to get them gone. 5. He shag, baby. I feel bad about saying it, but it is just what's in front of me. So hag is like on the right side, but there's an extra G there, so H-E space S and then dash 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 G. Alright, what does 6 do for us? I guess it's not consistently 4, is it? Because this just has 2. Well, no, that one is 2 spaces between the H and S there. It's just there's not letters in between the spaces. That's fine. Alright, 6 is H-I-S-E, and then the blank, and then T-I. Stack 7. What? That did what now? So So number 6, rather than adding letters to one side or another, or number 7 rather, just replaces the letter G in our starting point with NU. I need more data on that. What's something that's like pretty easy to keep track of? The 5. So what happens when I hit this? Oh, it changed both of those G's into NUs. Does it do that for literally every G that we have access to? Let's hit all the other buttons first and then find out. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 G's. And yes, it just turns all G's into NUs. Just put a bracket in there so I remember that's an instruction. And then what the hell did 8 did? It just does nothing when I, like, hit it regular style. It's adding in some spaces. Right, that's like the first thing I noticed. I just didn't realize what rules it was using to create the spaces, and honestly still don't. So... does it delete the E's to make spaces? I think that's the case. Hang on. So if it's just deleting all the E's to make spaces, then that H is going to be by itself, then SOS, then Nunahat, and then another space. Is H, SOS, Nunahat, Nunuati. Yep. Okay, so... number 8 turns E's into spaces. Okay. The thing is that I remember the word solution to this because it's one of the... because again, I've played this game before. It was a big part of my childhood and just don't remember how to get to the solutions most of the time. But looking at this, it's like, I know what this should be, and I don't really see how to get to it. I'm trying my best to sit here and figure it out. So I think... it's like this, and like this. And then... no, that's correct, but do we need to flip it back right now, or do we need to flip it back later? I think we flip it at 6. Um, no. That's my fault, I got impatient. So, I think I started that correctly by flipping it and then hitting the G into NU. No, because it's building out from the center, so it does have to be... I'm getting really close. I'm convinced that I can do this on my own. I am sorry for the relative silence as I try and scoot through it in my brain. Reverse, do I need to put something else out before I do the turning G into NU thing? No, because I need all the other Gs I have access to, so let's do it that way. Yeah, flip again. And then 6. I am, again, very certain I could get this if I was willing to sit down and just puzzle with it for a little bit. On the other hand, I want to scoot through this game to show it to other people. That's the whole reason I'm playing it, is because I love the game and wish to show it to others. So let's look at Control F. Dream the word formula puzzle. Thank you. What is the solution? It is 6 to add a whole bunch of stuff. I guess that's where we were going wrong, because we needed to start over here. And then 1 to flip it. 7 to change the 1G we have to NUs. What? 4 to... and 3 to add in a bunch of stuff. 2 to flip it back around. 8 to get rid of the E's for spaces. And he sang this haunting song. Very quietly, the fool tiptoed back outside and inspected the ruins of a red brick cottage that stood nearby. In a room towards the rear of the house, he discovered a woman sleeping on a long bed, many times her size. On the wall were 9 precariously mounted swords. Oh, it was terrible, she cried out, awakening from a nightmare. I saw a man carrying 10 wooden staffs. He sang this haunting song again and again. I was lost and he refused to give me any directions. I shall never forget his awful words. This is very strange, the fool puzzled. You are the second person to have a dream that is familiar to me. It's a most curious coincidence. Perhaps, she reflected, yet dreams can have great meaning if one knows how to interpret them. Some say they can foretell the future. The future, the fool mumbled as he left the cottage. Unless I'm greatly mistaken, I believe they remind me more of the past. Let's move to the tower. The fool woke up alone on the edge of a barren field. The fool leapt to his feet and could find no sign of the angel nor the hourglass. On the horizon stood a dark, abandoned tower. As he walked nearer, he observed that the parapet was engraved with the letters QM. Then, without warning, a twisted bolt of lightning burst from the clear sky and shattered the tower utterly. Ooh, good old-fashioned picture jigsaw puzzle. It looks like a night scene with some really beautiful rim lighting on some swords. Let's put that at the bottom, probably. Yeah, that's exactly where that goes. Let's just try and connect all the rest of the stuff as best we can. Let's go with the swords. I think that's how we win. By taking the pieces of the swords and making sure they're aligned correctly, because they're the most visual element. That's there we go. Back of the knapsack. There's the moon. Y'all ever the moon? It's wild, right? Let's say at the top there. That looks like it goes to the top. Let's see if we can't fill in the rest of the person with all the swords' body. There's so much silhouette is the thing. You really need the rim lighting so you can see a damn thing. Okay, that goes like that. So that's the fool's, bindle stick. Here's that side of the face. Where's the top part? There's the left side of your face, sword haver. There's the very top of the fool's head. That looks like it goes in the middle. Yeah, it sure does. Okay. So does that go back there? Yeah, that's where the fool's legs are. I think you need to go just a little bit further down. There it is. We have the fool on all fours in front of a small man with a whole bunch of swords and with an encampment in the background, and the letters R and W. Let's see what the scroll has to say about it. Fearing for his life, he dashed down the slope and stumbled into a man sneaking off in the same direction. With a loud clatter, the 7 swords in his arms all fell to the ground. "Oh, all is lost!" the fool shouted. "Another war is at hand!" "Quiet!" the man whispered. "They will hear you! Is it your desire to be hanged for thievery?" The fool shook his head nervously. "Well, then be silent," he continued, revealing the stolen swords. "If a new battle is to begin, then my enemies will have to fight it with 7 less weapons. The magic word RW has given me the power of stealth, but it is the last of its kind, and has to be used wisely. Now I must be off." As the man darted into the shadows, the fool kept to the path and went as far away as his legs would take him. Okay. Oh, right. To solve this puzzle, find the hidden letters below and enter them into the blank boxes. So, we came across another puzzle like this earlier, where, last stream, where I remembered the solution, but I couldn't remember how I was supposed to get to it. And That's partly because of the no cursors thing. You're supposed to be able to click on a box and then use the arrow keys to move the cursor up and down, but that's not working, so I actually have to just highlight it. You might have seen it a little bit when I was up here. As we hover over this apparently blank, not blank, again, it's beautiful art of a group of people, the Fool included, standing on a hillside looking at a burning Eye of Thoth in the distance. But as we hover over that empty zone, we have letters. I-T-A-K-E-N-O. C-R-E-D-I-T. I take no credit for this. Pausing for a moment to rest, he noticed a nearby soldier gathering the 5 fallen swords from a host of fleeing warriors. How is it that one unarmed man can so easily defeat 5? The Fool asked. I take no credit for this, the man replied somberly. My comrades were stricken with a sudden madness, and have abandoned their post to search the land for 4 mystical spells that will restore 4 of the world's lost treasures. I tried to reason with them, but alas, they could not be swayed. This is indeed ill news, the Fool realized. I must make haste if I am to outdo the efforts of 5. Not the takeaway, but the devil. Ha 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 ha. A sinister voice cackled. Get out. The Fool whirled about and came face to face with the devil himself. He had the wings of a bat, the horns of a ram, the legs of a goat, and the feet of a bird. It is good, he gloated. Tell me, little one, which do you prefer, to be living or to be dead? Living, the Fool answered, without hesitation. Then you had better choose another path to follow, the devil cackled, waving a sizzling pitchfork over his head and vanishing in a burst of brimstone fire. Yolly, another one of these, huh? More cryptograms with much less... no key and much less immediately recognizable, things. Like, we have one one-letter word. It's U, which could be I or A, and neither of them appear to change terribly much. There's a whole bunch of 2-letter words. Hang on. Let's live in the fucking future, shall we? Let's go to the Scrabble dictionary and look up 2-letter words. There's not that many. So, okay, the 2-letter words we have are FK, MQ, and KJ, and CF. There's enough overlap there so that we should be able to figure out what those 2-letter words are, and then move around from there. So... we make that at. What does that do for us? Makes it so that could be 2. That could be of. And then MQ is a different thing. But then here at the bottom we have at to blank, and that sort of doesn't scan for me. Then again, what word does go here? What 2-letter word goes here with, like, something, this word something, the same word, another something? It's something, it's something? Buy something, buy something. In something, in something. Oh, did we run out of music again? Yeah. Hang on, let me flip that back. Is it we? Oh wait, what did we do that changed the I to a C? Hmm. I am gleefully taking hints if you'd like to hand me any. Can we say this is my? Here, let's just fill in like 2 and 3 letter words until other stuff starts looking okay. Or actually, I think that did enough for me, because that makes this... Just changing this 3-letter word to the turned this 4-letter word into that, which makes sense, and I think we can... That which cannot be... Oop. God, and I need to fix that thing I just fucked up. Yeah, okay. Most. Because someone let a yinglet in here, I guess. Convince. Invoke. Secure. There we go. To secure that which cannot be gotten, you must invoke the points of a compass and convince it to come to you. Which is in gold here. As the smoke cleared, the fool beheld a rocky plain strewn with the sun-bleached bones of the dead. On a flat slab of rock, written in dried blood, were the words, "To secure that which cannot be gotten, you must invoke the points of a compass and convince it to come to you." So I'm looking over how much we have left. And I think that it is 11 o'clock, which is normally the time I would quit anyway. So I think we have just enough that if we quit now, we'll have enough to do for the for a third stream next Monday. So I'm going to do that. Yeah. We're just going to leave it here. I'm going to remember to not restart Firefox over the course of the weekend so that I can keep this up without having to redo literally 80% of the fucking game to get back to where we were like I had to do today. And we'll come back to more of Fool's Errand then, on Monday. Let me hit the interstitial so you can see my beautiful face. I'm September. Me and my headmate Remy stream on this channel. Thank you all for joining us. Is there anything I really want to say to you right now? I don't think so. The next stream, aspirationally, is Monday. We stream Mondays and Fridays. And around 8:30 Central Time, although it might be a little later or earlier, depending on how we're feeling. And next Monday, it will be more of me. It will be more of this. We will probably finish it out entirely and move on to whatever's next. Thanks for joining us. Keep safe. Love you. Have a good night.